Can we just wait just a second? Okay, I feel better.
Oh, for God's sake, Niall!
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Unless you're new, then welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, my main channel. I have a main channel. If you want to subscribe to me, it's always linked down below in the description. Go check out some of my videos over there when you're finished with this video. So of course today's video is going to be the famous, very famous, you all know, you all love, and you've all been waiting for 1D rundown. But before I get into that, I do have something to say. 10K! It's still, like, it's been like a few weeks since I hit 10K and it's still just like not processing in my head. It's something that I don't think I'm ever going to get a hold of and grasp. But I did want to just say thank you so much for 10K. That's like something that wasn't even imaginable to me a few months ago when I was sitting in my bedroom with like 300 subscribers making One Direction videos just because that's what made me happy. So to have this huge audience like this means the world to me, and your continued support means the world to me, and it keeps me going, and I love making One Direction videos. I definitely want to do a 10K subscribers giveaway. I've done 2 other giveaways on this channel before, and you guys always really like it when I do like merch giveaways, so that is going to be in the works really soon, so be on the lookout for that. Should I take this off? Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. So yeah, of course today's video is going to be the 1D Rundown March edition. I have all your news and updates, so let's just get started with the March rundown.
It's not about winners or losers, but we won.
So our first update comes right on March 1st. On March 1st, we get a picture of Harry that was actually from New Year's Eve, but it didn't surface until March 1st. And in the picture, he's wearing a third class t-shirt that says, "But Daddy, I love him." People were already freaking out over the fact that Harry was wearing a t-shirt that said, "But Daddy, I love him." But then a bunch of people in the fandom did further research and found out that the t-shirt came from a line of gay graphic t-shirts. Like, the collection that the shirt came from is literally a gay business. Like, they make gay graphic t-shirts, and there's a bunch of other ones that are really cool and really funny. That company should make a version of that t-shirt that says, "But Daddy, I love her." Yeah. On March 2nd, Harry did his interview on the Howard Stern show. He also did some performances though. He was actually with his band when he did this interview, which I thought was really cool. Usually the band isn't too involved in the interview process, but Howard actually talked to the band and was asking them questions and interacting with them instead of just Harry. I personally am not the biggest fan of Howard Stern, but there was a few things about that interview that were a little... But if you missed it and you want to watch it, of course I will have it linked down in the description so you can go check it out. When you're finished with this video, don't abandon me. On March 3rd, Niall announced that he was doing a live album release party to celebrate the release of Heartbreak Weather. Also on March 3rd, the director's cut of the We Made It music video came out. The We Made It director's cut is actually really interesting and has a lot of like acting scenes in it, particularly that were not in the original We Made It and Don't Let It Break Your Heart music videos. So if you haven't seen that, I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend going and checking that out. You see how I sneeze in my elbows? Harry, take notes. That nasty MF sneezes in his hands. On March 4th, Niall dropped a cover of Taylor Swift's song Lover featuring Fletcher. I love Taylor Swift, I love the song Lover, I love Niall Horan, so the fact that he covered it was really exciting and really fun for me personally. March 4th is the first time that we ever got any announcements about cancellations and postponings of shows. It was announced on the 4th of March that Louis' show in Italy on March 11th would be postponed due to the Italian government suspending all public events until March 15th, which would obviously include Louis' show because Louis' show was supposed to take place before the 15th. Also on March 4th, Harry's cover of Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel came out. He did a performance of this on the Howard Stern show, and on the 4th, the full video was released in high quality, so if you haven't seen the cover, of course, you already know. It's linked in the description, waiting right there for you to go click on it and listen to the song. On March 8th, there's a website that randomly appears all over the place called tastelikestrawberries.com. When you clicked on the website to visit it, it would display a countdown on the front page. And the website was powered by Live Nation Australia, so a lot of people thought that the countdown was a countdown for when Harry would be announcing his New Zealand and Australian dates for tour. I don't live in New Zealand or Australia, so this really didn't concern me, but it still did give me war flashbacks to when the Do You Know Who You Are posters very first showed up in Australia in October all those months ago before Lights Up came out and all this madness happened. Do you remember that? Yeah, I do. It gives me whiplash. On March 9th, we got our first look at what Louis' new tour merch looks like. There's pictures that came out of like the merch like up on a setup. Merch stand, I don't know. But we got to see pictures of it there, and then it was also made available in his store, so you could go in the store and see all the stuff that he had. Also on March 9th, we get Niall's GQ photo shoot. That's a man if I've ever seen one. Also on March 9th, Louis kicked off his first ever solo world tour. This was such a beautiful day. I remember this day like the back of my hand. It was just amazing. He kicked off his tour in Barcelona. The show is absolutely incredible. He was actually trending #1 worldwide for a while that day. Like everyone was trending, like hashtag Louis Tomlinson World Tour Barcelona and all these things, and he had so much attention and good energy. He sang his entire album, of course, during the show, which is amazing because for a time a lot of people were really nervous that he wasn't going to sing some of the songs off of Walls. But he sang all of them. He also sang Just Hold On and 7 by Catfish and the Bottlemen. He also sang Beautiful War by Kings of Leon, which a lot of people were really surprised by. He also sang Little Black Dress, of course. Louis seems to really love to perform Little Black Dress. But the surprising thing about this show was that he sang Drag Me Down and Through the Dark, a moment most pleasing to me and my career. March 9th also begins a series that Niall Horan did with James Corden. Why did I just say Niall Horan? Like you don't know who I'm talking about. Usually I just say like Niall. I don't know why I specified, but anyway. Niall did a week-long special with Late Late where he was on the show every single day for a week and did different segments and different performances every night leading up to the release of Heartbreak Weather. So March 9th was the first night that he went on Late Late. The first night he just did like a little interview, and James actually made him watch One Direction's first live performance on the X Factor, which is really funny. He spared him though because he didn't make Niall watch the part where he's like, ah. He didn't play that part. He was doing Niall a favor, but he did make him watch their first ever performance, which was really cute. And he also performed Nice to Meet You that night too, so that's what he did on the show to kick off his week-long special. On March 10th, Harry drops his Australian tour dates, and we find out that he's going to be touring in Australia alongside Mabel, which a lot of people actually expected because like I said before, there was that random website called tastelikestrawberries.com that had a countdown. A lot of people already knew that that countdown was going to be for Australian dates. This next update is kind of interesting. I thought I would put it in here because it was really cute and it was a big thing at the time. So on March 10th, 5 Seconds of Summer released a new music video for a song they have called Old Me. And in the music video, they actually pay tribute to the One Direction boys. It's not One Direction actually One Direction themselves, but it's people who are dressed very, very obviously similar to how the boys were in the What Makes You Beautiful video. Like they have on all the same outfits. So a lot of people picked up on the hint that they were trying to pay tribute to them, because if you don't know, 5 Seconds of Summer kind of got their start when they went on tour with One Direction back in those good old glory days. Can we go back to that time? I really miss it. Also on March 10th, we get new campaign pictures from Zayn. These are photo shoot style campaign pictures. Also on March 10th, we get another episode of Late Late featuring Niall on it. Like I said, he was on there for a week straight. This time on his episode, he performed Put a Little Love on Me, and he was also featured in this little segment that he did, kind of SNL skit style with James, where they were trying the world's like hottest hot wings. It was really stupid and just funny. So if you haven't seen that segment, I'll have it linked down below. Also on March 11th, Niall released a video statement apologizing for the cancellation of several events that he had going on. I actually felt really bad for Niall because all of this started getting like really bad right when he was about to drop Heartbreak Weather. So a lot of his album events and stuff that he had in place, like listening parties, release events and stuff like that, all ended up getting canceled. So he took it upon himself to release a video message apologizing for all of the cancellations, which was really nice of him to acknowledge it in such a way. That's baby. I love him. Also on March 11th though, which is kind of weird to say this right after what I just said, but also on the 11th, he dropped tour dates and announced that he's going on the Honda Civic tour, which so random. I definitely don't think it's something that he planned recently. Like this was most definitely something that he already had in the works before the whole outbreak thing happened. I think the timing was just really bad, but it was very random that he dropped a Honda Civic tour in the middle of nowhere. But I don't think I included this like later on as the weeks go by, but he did end up announcing that they were going to postpone the sale of the Honda Civic Tour tickets. They were supposed to go on sale just a few days after he announced the tour, but he ended up announcing later that he was going to hold off on selling them just until some of this goes over and he can like finalize the dates. On March 12th, Louis releases an official statement saying that the rest of his mainland European dates are being rescheduled for August, because before a lot of them were just being postponed and canceled by government officials, just like the individual cities. So on the 12th, Louis took it upon himself to formally announce the cancellation of the entire thing. Not cancellation, but like postponing. It's a really hard thing for a lot of people to hear, because yes, even though he is rescheduling dates, and that's amazing, that should be celebrated, it's absolutely wonderful that he's able to reschedule them. A lot of people like were not able to go to the rescheduled dates because of work or school or whatever else they have going on. That is 100% a reason that people are allowed to be upset that their dates are getting moved. I've said it in videos before that I think it's really important for me to use my platform to talk about things that matter to me. So I just wanted to take a second and remind you guys that it's okay to be upset over these rescheduled dates and canceled tours. Nobody's overreacting in any way, shape, or form. Concerts and events like this are something that keep people sane and keep people happy and keep people going in their day-to-day lives, no matter how ridiculous that might sound to someone else. It really can be someone's like everything, like all of their hope just like in this one event. So for that thing to be like taken away from you if you can't go anymore is extremely upsetting, and it is 100% valid and okay to express emotion and be upset about not being able to attend these events anymore. I just wanted to put that in here because I want you all to feel 100% okay with being upset. Do not let anyone ever tell you that a concert being canceled or moved is not a reason to be upset, because it is, and I understand how much that can mean to someone. But at the same time, I do want to remind you that it's not Louis's fault or any artist who has to move their show's fault at all. They're just trying to do what's the best for themselves and their fans. Health and safety 100% comes first. On March 13th, of course, Heartbreak Weather, the album, dropped worldwide. Niall also dropped a music video for the song Heartbreak Weather, which is a really cute, like, Niall Storm music video. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out. Heartbreak Weather, I kind of already talked about this in my reaction in my Drive With Me. One of the best albums I've heard in a long time. Like, Niall really just outdid himself completely. The album is really, really amazing. I've heard so much positive feedback about it from people who aren't even in the One Direction fandom. Like, just regular local people even love Heartbreak Weather, as they should, because it's just the most amazing album ever. If you missed my reaction, it's on my main channel. I'll have it linked down below if you want to go see my initial reaction. And I also have a Drive With Me that should be the last video on my channel, so check both those out. Also on this day, album release day, is the last day that Niall had his segment on The Late Late with James Corden. This time he did his carpool karaoke, which was it was a lot to handle, seeing Niall in the front seat with James Corden and the boys not being in the back seat. Very weird sight to see. It was still a really good carpool karaoke. They sang One Direction songs, they sang Niall songs. Niall did a lie detector test. Also on Niall's final day on Late Late, he performed Black and White live, which I love that song. Me and my future boo, we gonna be walking down the aisle to Black and White. On March 16th, Harry's NPR Tiny Desk concert video came out. I talked in the last rundown about how we got pictures and little clips of him filming it, but we didn't get the actual full HD video until the 16th of this month. Also on the night of the 16th, a video comes out teasing Harry for Beauty Papers. It was like a video teaser of his shoot that he did with Beauty Papers, where he's kind of just saying a bunch of random words. It was just amazing, spectacular, out of this world, never before seen. Nobody's doing it like you. So then the following day, March 17th, we get Harry's actual Beauty Papers covers. This was just a crazy time when we got the full shoot, all kinds of pictures of Harry for Beauty Papers that were just wonderful. I don't even have the correct word to describe how I feel in my chest about this shoot. Definitely one of his best, and I feel like I say that a lot, but this time I really, 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 truly 100% mean it. On March 19th, Niall went live on Instagram to perform a mini acoustic concert. He did this as a part of a series by the charity called Global Citizen. They were doing a series called Together at Home, where artists would go on live and perform little concerts for people watching, which I think is just such a cool idea. Everyone's stuck in their houses right now, and so the fact that they're having people go on live and do little concerts like that is really cool, especially because Niall just dropped his album, so getting to hear him play those songs acoustically like that was really cool and really intimate moment. On March 24th, Niall announces that he's going to be on Jimmy Fallon performing Dear Patience, as well as doing a little interview. Of course, not actually on Jimmy Fallon, but Jimmy Fallon does like a live stream of his show, and so Niall announced that he was going to be calling in to do his Dear Patience performance, as well as talk to Jimmy a little bit for his album promo. On March 25th, Zayn's leaving anniversary, which really cut deep. That really hurt me. I don't think I'm ever gonna forget that day. I remember exactly what I was doing and exactly how I found out and every little detail about that day. Like, it just haunts me. But it's also the anniversary of his first solo album, so it's like, but that's not the point of this. March 25th, Harry announces that he's postponing his entire European leg of his tour to 2021 because they were set to happen soon and they were bound to be moved anyway, so I kind of understand why he had to move them to next year. But I kind of already touched base on that when I was talking about Louis' canceled shows. Same thing applies here for Harry canceling his. And I keep saying canceling, I mean like canceling the original date and moving it to a different one. I don't mean like canceling. Also on March 25th though, to make everything better, we got Harry's first ever mirror selfie promoting his interview with Zayn Lau that was set to happen the next day. That caused a lot of chaos in the fandom that day just because I mean, it's just so cute. We've never gotten a mirror picture from Harry before, ever. This was the very first one, and you can't even see his face in it. But we'll take what we can get. On March 26th, Niall did his Fallon at Home interview and performance of Dear Patience. He was handing me all my rights that day because Dear Patience, like I said, is my favorite song on Heartbreak Weather. He said, "Here you go, Jasmine, this one's for you." Also on March 26th, Harry went on air with Zayn Lau. But yeah, he went live with Zayn on Beats One, which is on Apple Music, and he basically did a 2-hour long interview where he sat and talked to Zayn and played songs in between that he recommended. Like, Harry had this whole playlist of different songs that he played and kind of talked about with Zayn back and forth for the entirety of 2 hours, which was really, really nice. I think we all really needed that because everyone just bored at home, craving content. I'm not sure where that interview is available just because it was so long and it was on Apple Music. I don't know if they linked it anywhere, but if it is available, I'll have it linked down below. Also on March 26th, we found out that Liam helped provide over 360,000 meals for people who are suffering as a result of the coronavirus. This was such an amazing thing for him to do, like using his platform to like help other people who are genuinely in need. It was an amazing thing for him to do, and a lot of people were acknowledging that Liam did something so helpful, so monumentally helpful. Like James Corden tweeted about it, Louis tweeted about it. A lot of people were just like really thanking him for doing something so giving. Oh, this next update, scratching my head right now. On March 28th, Billie Eilish got called out for liking a post on Instagram that seemingly was shading Louis. It was this post that someone posted, like just some kind of meme of the You and I music video where Zayn morphs into Louis, and the caption was, "When you move and the Snapchat filter comes off," implying that Zayn moving into Louis was like a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? And this was originally a tweet, someone just screenshotted it and posted it on Instagram, and then Billie liked the Instagram post, and that caused a huge blow up meltdown in the One Direction fandom on March 28th. It was a very messy situation. Within hours of Billie getting called out, hashtag Billie Eilish's over party was trending like number 3 or something worldwide. And then also hashtag We Love Louis was also trending right above Billie Eilish's over party. I don't know, I think cancel culture is really, really toxic and really, really just scary. I don't agree with Billie Eilish liking a hate post about Louis. Of course I don't agree with that, and I don't think she should have done it. It was very insensitive. But at the same time, like jumping to be like Billie Eilish's over party, like that's just very problematic to me. I think trending hashtag Billie Eilish's over party was literally just setting Louis up to get dragged even more, which should not have been the goal. We should have just left it at hashtag We Love Louis and left it at that. Very controversial, so I'm just gonna shut up about it, but that all happened on the 28th. On March 30th, randomly, Harry did a bit of an interview on Radio 1 with Nick Grimshaw, which was just very confusing and unexpected because nobody knew that he was calling in to talk to Grimmy. Nobody knew that at all. Like, it just happened. All of a sudden, there was like videos released of Harry like on his show calling a fan and talking to a fan on the phone and like talking to Nick about being in quarantine and all of this stuff, and it was just like, where did this come from? I don't know. But it happened randomly on the 30th. A lot of people were really confused about it because a lot of people thought that him and Nick weren't even friends anymore, but they seemed to be like having a good old time talking on the phone. So I don't know what's up with that at all, but it happened, so I'm putting it in the rundown. On March 31st, earlier this morning, Harry went on Capital One Breakfast and did an interview with Roman Kemp. It was very short and sweet, but he basically called in to talk to him for a little bit. If you missed that interview, like I did because I was asleep, I'll have clips linked down below in the description that you can go check it out. And there it is. That is everything that happened this month, March 2020. I really do not know what to expect from here going forward. I wish I had some kind of answer, but I genuinely don't. A lot of people actually have been reaching out to me to ask me what I think about shows getting canceled and what's gonna happen with American dates, and I don't know. I just genuinely don't know what to say, don't know what to tell you. All I can say is just to make sure that you're practicing healthy behavior and doing what you're told for the betterment of all of us and for the safety of everyone. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below if you haven't already. Check the description for my main channel as well as all my social medias. Follow me on Instagram at jaszade. Follow me on Twitter at jaszade. Alright, yeah, that's all I have for you. I'll see you guys in my next video.